Hi, I'm Rachel Mellon.
And I'm Rawan Salameh with the Poly Post this week.
On Thursday, President Michael Ortiz and ASI President Christine Hall hosted Pizza with the Presidents during U-Hour. Questions revolved around the possibility of expanding U-Hour, the four-year graduation rate, alumni involvement, riding lanes, the Bronco Recreation Intramural Complex, and the university's endowment. Find out more in Troy Platt's story in the Poly Post.
Cal Poly Pomona's Rose Float Committee has fallen victim to a number of incidents of theft on campus. 100 pounds of steel was stolen from Cal Poly Pomona's Rose Float Lab on October 4th at 6:42 p.m. According to police reports, the scraps of steel were last seen on the morning of October 2nd on shelves outside the building. The Rose Float Lab is mostly an open space, with some indoor spaces and offices. Large materials, such as steel rods, are too big and heavy to be kept inside. Although there are no fences around the lab, there are cameras around the premises. Find out more in this week's Poly Post.
Traffic in and around parking lots at Cal Poly have always been an issue here on campus. This quarter, with additional street closures and construction, the traffic issues have only increased. Ben Bikini speaks with students and campus police regarding this issue in this week's Poly Post.
Ron Simons started school at Cal Poly Pomona in 1959, and aside from his time in the military service, was here at Cal Poly until he retired in June of 2012. President Ortiz, who worked with Simons for 9 years, said that Simons was here his entire life. Simons' dedication to the university was seen through his work with the Rose Float program, which he became involved in as a student in his freshman year. Read more about his dedication to Cal Poly Pomona in the upcoming issue of the Poly Post.
On October 22nd, award-winning university photographer Tom Zasidzinski presented a selection of some of his most memorable photographs at the event Cal Poly Pomona Through the Lens. The photographer has captured more than 1.5 million photographs of Bronco happenings. Check out Alyssa Casa's story in this week's issue.
Cal Poly Pomona is hosting a 75th anniversary speaker series in collaboration with the Ethnic Women's Studies Department and the Wegland Fulbright Committee. The Fulbright Committee was established in 1993 to promote social justice and intergroup understanding by pushing the boundaries of our knowledge to include groups, histories, and perspectives not typically mentioned in textbooks or the media. The first lecture of the year and of the 75th anniversary series was called The Arab World in Motion, The Fate of Multiculturalism and Women's Rights in the Aftermath of Arab Risings, and was presented by Fatima Siddiqui on October 23rd. Siddiqui, who is Cal Poly Pomona's Fulbright Scholar in Residence from Morocco, focused the lecture on women's rights in the aftermath of the Arab uprising south of the Mediterranean. Find out more about Siddiqui in this week's issue.
On Thursday, Associated Students Incorporated Bronco Events and Activities team hosted Bingo Boy Incorporated Legendary Bingo Game. Students had to yell loudly every time they marked a number and when anyone was a number away from having bingo. The students were instructed to yell, "It's on," and the ones who called a false bingo were spanked with a leather strap. 10 games were played and the winners won prizes such as movie ticket bundles, Starbucks, Chipotle, Golden Spoon, and In-N-Out gift cards. Knott's Berry Farm and Disneyland tickets and an iPod Shuffle were all given away. To find out more about the event, check out this week's Poly Post. And here's Heather Corder with this week's sports update.
The men's and women's cross-country teams competed at the CCAA Conference Championships Saturday at Chico State. Junior Lizette Huerta led the Broncos to a third-place finish Saturday as she earned her all-CCAA honors for the first time in her career. The Broncos totaled 118 points Saturday to trail just Chico State with 29 points and Cal State Stanislaus with 77. The men's team solidified itself as the number 2 team in the conference Saturday with a strong showing at the CCAA Championships. 3 Broncos earned all CCAA honors by placing within the top 15 overall. Brothers Ryan Carroll and John Carroll placed at number 7 and number 8 respectively, while Mark Cuizar received CCAA Freshman of the Year recognition as he finished 13th with a time of 25:18. The Cal Poly Pomona volleyball team suffered a 3-1 loss at Cal State LA Friday, a result that snapped the Broncos' 4-match winning streak. However, the team collected its second sweep of the season Saturday, defeating Cal State's Dominguez Hills in straight sets. Women's soccer had a home win Friday against Cal State's Monterey Bay. Friday's victory is career win number 250 with CPP head coach Mike Dubini. Sunday, they fell short 1-0 against San Francisco State. Monterey Bay took the win over Cal Poly Pomona's men's soccer Friday with the score of 1-0, However, Saturday, they took the victory against San Fran State 2-0. And that's it for sports this week.
We would like to thank Sam Stiles for coming in the past couple of weeks. You will be seeing more of her soon. I'm Rawan Salameh.
And I'm Rachel Mellon. We'll see you next time.